Sorry, but just to be
thing.
clear, you just said to me you use the N-word regularly. In what context?
Right.
Do you use it with black people?
Yes, if it's appropriate.
When would it be
She
appropriate
uses
to
it
use the
about
N-word?
black people.
When would it be appropriate?
Anytime I feel like it.
So you're an unashamed racist.
Correct.
Well, do you understand that makes you a despicable human being?
I guess so. I don't really care.
So today's video is about this Lily Gaddis situation. Initially, I did not want to make a video on this, but a few people sent it over and I guess they made me change my mind. So here we are.
By the way, half the struggles that black women think they face, it's of their own doing. Running around in nails like this, running around in earrings like this, like you people fight every day.
Like, there is literally nobody on our planet that fights every day. Not even professional fighters, people who get paid to fight. They don't fight every day. They can't even fight every day, even if they wanted to. I don't think it's humanly possible to fight every day. So let's try and pump those brakes because what? So this far right being who goes by the name Lily Gaddis, whose rise to fame, by the way, if I can say, is getting known for saying the N-word.
Okay, this time I have a beef with the male community. I give my criticisms to all because we are all about equity and inclusion here, right? So I'm sick and tired of all girls getting blamed, or like guys, certain guys, thinking that all girls are gold diggers. I don't know if it's because you get your information from those street interviews in like Miami at 3 a.m. outside of a nightclub. You're getting the opinion of some dumb whore and immigrants fresh off the boat looking for a green card. Yes, they are probably gold diggers, but that's the exception. I'm the rule. Everybody I know who's married right now, they're married to broke-ass niggas. And they don't care. We don't give a about your money. I couldn't care less about your money, okay? My type is broke mechanics and surfer hippie dudes who just want to live in a shack and surf and have babies. All I ask of a man is that you're competent, you're not a pussy. If somebody broke into our house at 3 a.m., you would know how to grab a gun and shoot a motherfucker. That's pretty much all we ask. Like, that's pretty much like all girls I know. I don't know one girl who's a gold digger. So stop throwing us all under the bus as if we're all gold diggers because we don't give a I don't give a about your money. My dating history consists of all broke guys. I actually don't even like rich guys. They have an attitude. They're spoiled brats. They don't know anything about real life. I was raised on a farm with 4 brothers, so I can't deal with the bull. I don't like I hate So stop with the gold digger. Stop.
Initially, I wasn't going to play the entire clip, but I just thought, you know what, why not, right? Because some of you just may be coming by her for the first time, and for this conversation, the context of her character is relevant here, right? So this is the kind of person that we are talking about today, right? The kind of woman who calls other ladies the W word. She uses the N word. So sometime last year, she made this video to basically signal to the men that she's not like other women. She's different, right? And she went viral for this video because she used the N-word. According to reports, she got fired after this video went viral and she started a GoFundMe.
Y'all remember Lily Gaddis? It's only been a couple of weeks, so I feel like it's probably still fresh in everybody's mind. But in case you need a reminder, this girl right here, the one that rage baits people in videos, most recently by saying the N-word. The speculation is that she's hoping to become some sort of conservative media talking head like Tommy Lauren or one of those. Her whole shtick is talking about people, black people, people of color, LGBTQ, disabled people, overweight people, nerds, anybody that she thinks is going to be a controversial subject. Those are the people that she's going to talk about. Did you know that she's got a new page? It makes sense that her other page got banned. Well, she's almost to 10,000 now. She just happened to show up on my For You page this morning, and the funniest thing I saw when I clicked on her page was a GoFundMe. And the title of her GoFundMe, Fired, please help me put food on my table. Funnier still, it's been up for a week and it's only got $400. This is just a reminder, social media is forever.
Please note that I did clip this creator's video just a little bit because she said some things right now that I want to bring into the conversation much later. And that's the only reason why I clipped her video. I just wanted to put this out there. And now back to Lily. She was able to start this career of hers right-wing leaning away with so much hate in her heart. Some people say she's grifting. I'm not going to say if she is or isn't because I really don't know. But what I do know is she's going to go down in history as a terrible human being. Sometime last year, she made an appearance on Piers Morgan's show, and I wanted to show you guys a glimpse of how that went.
Here's the thing. White people have been under attack for years. It's been systematic racism. As much as Black people and people of color want to talk about systematic racism in the United States, it's quite the opposite. They get preferential treatment when it comes to getting a job, when it comes to getting into colleges. White people, on the other hand, have been getting attacked relentlessly. Look at 2016 and BLM and all the riots. We just had to sit back and watch people burn down our cities and do nothing about it. So the way to fight back against essentially this anti-white hatred that's been systemically, ingrained in U.S. society is with white unity. We don't see white unity on our side.
Hang on. Okay, but hang on. Sorry, just to be clear, this has got nothing to do with anything you just said. This is a disgusting racist woman who repeatedly spews the M-word, first at a young child, and then at the person taking the video of her, does it with complete impunity, does it numerous times.
For context, what they're talking about right now is this situation that went down months ago where this woman at a park called a 5-year-old child the N-word. And after she was exposed for doing this, she started a GoFundMe, and then people, the rate to the cis ones, rallied behind her and started donating to her. They raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for this woman. And then the sister came into the situation and tried to make sure that she didn't get the money. And there were a lot of people who actually came in to support this sister, trying to make sure that they too can do in their own little way something to make sure that this disgusting individual don't get all of that money. So this is a situation that Piers Morgan is having a conversation with her on, and she is in full support of that disgusting woman.
We are talking about a bona fide, unquestionable race. So I don't understand why what you've just said to me bears any relation to white unity or anything that you've just said. She's just a racist end, isn't she? You wouldn't dispute that.
Well, it's not about her. It's not about her. It's about
well, it is about
people
her
coming together and supporting another white person. And it doesn't matter.
Why would you want to support a white race?
Because I want to support free speech, and you cannot have free speech in the country.
No, that's fine. You can support free speech, but you also have to be accountable for what you say. She is. I mean, would you use the N-word out of interest?
Yes.
You would.
Mm-hmm. I do quite frequently.
You use the M-word quite frequently. Well, why? Other than the fact you're a despicable racist, are you?
Some would say I am. I guess according to the ADL, I'm a white supremacist. I'm a neo-Nazi.
Yeah, well, if you use the M-word repeatedly, you are a racist, then, are you?
Sure, I'll embrace that. If that means forwarding, helping white people achieve freedom of speech, real freedom of speech, which, by the way, Shiloh Hendricks is being attacked on all fronts. They're trying to bring legal charges against her. They're trying to get her children taken away. So you were saying Carmelo Anthony, it doesn't matter. That's a different.
Sorry, but just to be
thing.
clear, you just said to me you use the N-word regularly. In what context? Do you use it with black people?
Yes, if it's appropriate.
When would it be appropriate to use the N-word? When would it be appropriate?
Anytime I feel like it.
So you're an unashamed racist.
Correct.
Well, do you understand that makes you a despicable human being?
I guess so. I don't really care. I mean, why are we not talking about Shiloh Hendricks? Why are we talking about?
Well, actually, I think you've moved it on in this debate very quickly to your own race, which explains why you've supported her in public and why you've got all these views. You see no problem with a woman shrieking the N-word repeatedly because you yourself are a despicable racist. And you've just proudly admitted that with a smug grin on your face, which is pretty horrifying, actually, for most people to have to watch. And shame on you. You're entitled to do it, and I'm entitled to call you despicable.
And I don't want to live in a country where you can say an inappropriate, rude thing, which, by the way, Black people can say things to white people all the time and they never get canceled. There's no backlashing about this. I want to live in a country where people are allowed to say what they want unashamedly. And you will
Well, go
not
on then,
have
say
free-
it. Say
You
the
will
M.
not have
Go on,
free
say.
speech.
Go on, say the M word. Go on.
I'm
No,
not
no, no,
ashamed.
Hang on,
no,
hang
don't
on.
invite. No.
No.
We don't want you to invite this woman to say a racially harmful term in front of me, because I'm the only on here. So if she says it, I'm the victim of it. So please don't invite her for ratings to call me the N-word, because that's basically what it's going to be. There's a bunch of white people up here, you and one Uncle Tom on the left here, and to ask her to say the N-word while I'm here is ridiculous. You would not sit here with a Jewish person and say, please use a Jewish slur in front of this Jewish. It's ridiculous. I understand you don't have any bad intent, Piers. I understand what you're trying to do. But we already know she's racist. And I don't want to invite a racial harm to me.
I hear you. I hear you.
So yeah, Myron Gaines was there as well. And as always, Myron Gaines will be Myron Gaines. So he was just being an embarrassment to himself, as always, right? But moving on from him, because he's not the topic of the conversation. So this conversation happened and people started having conversations on it. And you know, the internet, they are going to do their FBI work. And that's when we found out that this woman has a biracial child.
So it's been brought to my attention that this woman
Would you use the M word?
Yes, I do, quite frankly.
So you're unashamed.
Correct.
has a mixed race child. So not only does she say the N-word, admit to being unashamedly racist, she also has a black child at home. This is why I don't like to speak on things on this particular nature as a black man, because it is exhausting. But I know it's important and somebody has to. This woman went on live national television and admitted that she is a racist. This black child, because that's what the child is, deserves to be taken away from their racist mother. The only time you'll hear me saying a child needs to be taken away from the parent is if the child is in a dangerous environment. And that is exactly what being a black child of a racist mother is. If a child's parent is publicly dealing with addiction, publicly abusing the child, publicly neglecting the child, etc., people are going to step in and take that child away from that parent. This should be no different. If anything, we don't even know all the different possibilities that could occur from this black child having such a racist mother. And if this was a black parent who had adopted a Jewish child and proclaimed different hate against Jews, I don't think there would be a hesitation on taking that hypothetical child away from that hypothetical parent. So before anything happens to this child at the hands of this racial parent, or the child is put in a terrible situation, it's time to get that child a better home. Y'all let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments.
Poor baby, my heart goes out to them for real, because honestly, no child should have this for a mother. And now we are back to the present. This happened this past Halloween here. This is her costume, guys. She decided to dress up in full blackface and she started perpetuating stereotypes about black women and berating black women. And in this video, I would not be able to, for the sake of time, play the entire video, at least the entire video that I have. But I came by this brother who, in his video, he was able to amazingly condense the gist of all she said, as well as add his own commentary that I think is spot on, and he was able to do this in a video that's just 2 minutes long. Amazing, right? So I'm just going to let his clip roll now and I'll meet you guys after.
You have to turn yourself into the ultimate warrior princess of Wakanda.
Don't scare me like that, colonizer.
While we thought we could get through another Halloween without anyone doing blackface, we have to talk about this one. After watching that, if you're thinking, it's not that deep, no one cares, you've already fallen for one of 2 traps in that video. Because the power of stereotypes isn't that they're always overt, it's that they don't have to be. She starts out by framing this monologue as if she's going to give helpful advice to black women.
You must wake up with that mindset, okay? Like white girls have to manifest things, you have to manifest too.
But it's really a mock tutorial that 1, reduces black women to fighters and spectacles.
Just, you people fight every day.
2, portrays women as animalistic, hyper-aggressive, and responsible for their own oppression.
By the way, half the struggles that black women think they face, it's of their own doing. Running around in nails like this, running around in earrings like this, you people
3, black women's bodies.
Black women fight, they're always naked. And I don't know if they're trying to intimidate their partner by their glorious body, or if they are just a victim to their clothing choices.
And 4 equates femininity and adornment with moral and physical failure.
Do you see warriors glammed up? You must wear earrings that are small. You must never wear weaves. Weaves can be grabbed and pulled. To any of the black females angry at me in the chat, I just gave you the best.
Now, the fake self-help tone is key. It's not about advice, it's about humiliation. Specifically for the It's Not That Deep crowd, did you know that the sapphire stereotype emerged in the mid-20th century and was popularized by the character Sapphire Stevens on the radio and TV show Amos and Andy? And that character drew on much older caricatures of black women as loud, domineering, and emasculating from slavery, Jim Crow, and minstrel traditions. And over time, it became one of the foundations of what we now call the angry black woman trope. The function of the ABW stereotype is simple but effective. It invalidates black women's anger by framing systemic harm as personal failure. However, by calling black women
warrior princes of Wakanda,
she attempts to reference the black empowerment and Afrofuturism of Black Panther, but then uses it to mock black women's strength as aggression. She's not critiquing, she's misquoting the culture. And she didn't lose the plot because she never understood it. Because strength, something black women often need just to survive, becomes proof of aggression to her. That's classic Sapphire logic. But here's the second trap. Anytime a black woman dares to critique a video like this, even lightly, she's cast as the angry villain in someone else's script. Black women and the community as a whole shouldn't have to choose between silence about race or punishment for naming it. Calling out blackface isn't aggression, it's self-defense. If that makes you uncomfortable, it's because you've mistaken simplicity for truth and comfort for understanding.
And of course, as you may have already guessed, there's that group of white people who are talking about how, oh, this is double standard because when Drewski did the whiteface thing, nobody had a problem. The black people were not complaining about whiteface, but now that it's a white person that's done it, now we are going up in arms, right? Which is an insane argument in my humble opinion, because there is no such thing as whiteface. Earlier, when I even called what Drewski did whiteface, is because I don't even know what to call it, right? But there is no such thing as whiteface historically. The reason why blackface is a thing and is considered a rate to the cyst thing to do is because of how back then in the 19th century they used to do minstrel shows, which were basically a dehumanizing form of entertainment that the rate to the cyst white people back in the day came up with, where they use makeup to create exaggerated, demeaning caricatures of black people, and then they go on to mock, create, and perpetuate stereotypes about black people. So the whole ish is rooted in racism. And no, there is no opposite of this. There was never a time in history where black people used to do this about white people. There is no history of whiteface, right? So when they come up with this argument that, oh, it's the same thing, like, but you know, they don't see how this is a problem when she did this, or when any one of them come out and do this, because they like to do this very often. I don't know what the obsession is, like why anybody would even want to do this is crazy to me. But you know, the way some of them people's brain work, we would never understand it. So the argument of if the roles were reversed, no, the roles cannot be reversed because there is no such thing as whiteface.
This individual is not new to the internet. They've made countless of other videos in the past attacking black people, calling black people the N-word, and have said so many disgusting, racist, and dehumanizing things towards black people. And in this latest attempt, they decided to blackface, which only shows us how uglier she is on the inside and also on the outside. Because all we can see is you're not the type of woman other people want to aspire to be like.
Quite frankly, all I see is someone who's mad obsessed with black women, obsessed with black people. She has no talent. She has to resort to doing stuff like this for people to, you know, pay her any mind. And it really is sad when you think about the fact that we have just one life, right? And some people decide to spend their time on here doing this. Of all the things you could be doing, this is what this individual chose. It's sad, it's pathetic. I feel bad for this individual. She needs to go and heal from this disease that has taken over her mind and soul. I mean, I don't believe in the soul, but she's Christian, so you know, let's go with it for her sake. And once again, I cannot help but think about that poor baby that unfortunately came into this world through her. Because I saw a clip where she was saying something in the lines of, you know, they need to be more rate to the cyst to survive. Something along those lines, right?
people need to get angry about this sort of situation, and they need to start realizing this is happening, and they need to get more racism would save a lot of lives.
So this is the mindset of this individual, and she has a mixed race kid. Like, you can just imagine the life that kid is having. Like, I don't even know. And where's the dad? What's the dad doing? I hope the dad is doing something to make sure that that kid is safe. But at this point, all we can do is hope. And this is once again a cautionary tale to people. Be very careful who you are betting kids with. Be very careful who you are making the parents, mothers, and fathers of your children. Because, like, what the actual F?
Allegedly, once those conservative media people found out that she might be Jewish, she's dated men of color in the past, and that her child is most likely biracial, they decided they wanted to pass on her.
Although she still has this career of hers doing what we have, made clear in this video that she's doing. She has a YouTube channel and everything even, right? I've heard some people say that all these things that this creator mentioned is one of the reasons why she's not that big, and maybe might not even be as big or as fully accepted by the conservative community, because she doesn't fit the image or the mold of what a white conservative influencer or content creator should be or look like. Hence why she uses these antics, so she can try and still stay somewhat relevant. So the people who follow her, they have this, there is like a specific kind of people that follow her, and these are the kind of things I guess they want to see. So she does it for them, so she can keep making money, I guess. And that's that for today's video. I'm going to be ending it here. Do let me know down below in the comment section what your thoughts are. Let's continue this conversation there. Thank you very much for watching, and of course, as always, I'll be catching you in the next one.